welcome to my channel. I'm Doris. I'm here to show you about my stock account updates and today's market update. Today's Treasury yield rose and also the S&P ended mostly flat. So let's take a look at my account today. Today, the net asset of my account is 72,947.49. Today, there has been a slight rebound since yesterday. Since yesterday's closing downward loss, SQQQ made a gain of 1.02%, and United Natural Gas made a loss of 1.37%. As of right now, the Dow Jones Industrial Average closed down 0.04%, Nasdaq Composite closed down 0.25%, and the S&P 500 closed down 0.01%. The industries generally closed flat, with only semiconductors closing the lowest of more than 2% due to particular stock performances. The strong September retail sales data have boosted expectations that the Fed would raise interest rates again before the end of the year. Investors are also reviewing the earnings from Johnson & Johnson, Bank of America, and Goldman Sachs. And let's take a look at the U.S. Treasury bond market today. The yield for the 5-year Treasury note surged 16.6 basis points above its October high of 4.875% and continued to rise to 4.88%, its highest level since 2007. The yield on the 10-year note rose 14.1 basis points to 4.851%. The yield on the 30-year note rose 10 basis points to 4.95%. The market continued to watch the U.S. earnings, and about 11% of all S&P 500 companies will report results this week. And we can see that as of the Treasury market, we can see that there has been a continually surging in the trend that the return on the Treasury investment has been going higher and higher. It makes it riskier for the stock market as an alternative for a non-risk tolerant investment tool. And then there may be an overall withdrawal in the investment, overall the stock market investment, especially the ETFs for the major stock indices, because of the alternative investment whose yields has been gone higher and higher. The market are also watching the latest development in the Israeli and Palestinian conflicts. There are some concerns that the tension would affect the Iran, which is one of the largest oil producers in the Middle East, and may affect the allyship in other Middle Eastern countries like Saudi Arabia. Geopolitical concerns not only add to the negative market sentiment, but also a wall of concerns that hamper stock price gains. Even so, in other words, even if a stock a financial performance showing the same amount of gains with a similar financial report, its stock market may still going lower because investors become more sensitive towards the geopolitical concerns and become more less active in the market participation. On the economic data front, the Commerce Department reported that the U.S. retail sales rose 0.7% in September from the previous month, comparing with 0.3% expected and 0.6% expected last week. Excluding auto sales, U.S. core retail sales rose 0.6% in September month-on-month. we can see that the solid performance in the retail is showing that people may not be in a recessionary. The U.S. economy may not be in a recessionary trend for these 2 quarters, but it also as a relatively not as updated data as in September, and then there are still possibilities that the situation gets worsened and the PMI continually gets to shrink. And that's all I have for today. Thank you for listening. Don't forget to subscribe and see you next episode.